Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2005 cult classic film Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is the Tim Burton, Johnny Depp version. Freddie Highmore is little Charlie Bucket. You got Jordan Fry as Mike TV. I'm glad he's doing stuff again. He disappeared for a very long time. He did 2005's Charlie and Chocolate Factory as Mike TV. He did '07's Meet the Robinsons as Lewis, and then just disappeared. But he's doing stuff again. Anna Sophia Robb plays Violet Beauregard. She did so many things for so long, but then you don't really hear about her anymore, and I'm worried. I love her so much. The girl who played Veruca Salt and the kid who played Augustus Gloop, no idea. I think they stopped acting, to be completely honest. But they're good actors. So Danny Elfman doing the songs, Helena Bonham Carter playing Charlie's mom. It's just such a Tim Burton film, taking place in London, the chocolate factory in London. This is not so much a remake of the '70s version, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Both are based off of Roald Dahl's book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Then there's a sequel, Charlie and the Glass Elevator. I never read that book. I read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I had an '05 version of that book, but with the poster of the movie, and I loved it, and I don't know where it went. I really love that book. I gotta find that again. But there's never been a Charlie and the Glass Elevator. There's another Wonka movie coming out with Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka, but a prequel to Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, of how he came in contact with the Oompa Loompas, something like that. So I don't know, man. I really like this '05 version a lot more than the '70s version. It's got beautiful memories for me, especially opening day. Going to the stores, buying Wonka bars. Nestle made a whole line of Wonka bars at the time. I just love the songs. I love the aesthetic. It just brings a lot of good memories. I also like that this is more comparable to the book than the 1970s film, because this talks about Prince Pondicherry. This talks about Chocolate Mountain. It has more stuff from the book in this, but there's stuff added, Willy's dad as a dentist. Not a thing in the book, but it's a thing in the movie. So things, right? Things. It's an hour 55. It's just quick. It's just so quick. My only concern now in 2022, as opposed to watching it in '05, is Mike TV uses the R slur, and we don't say that word. We don't say that word anymore. And I honestly forgot he said the word. And when he dropped the R bomb, I was like, oh, I love Jordan Fry. But watching little Jordan Fry shout that word, didn't like that moment anymore. It was weird. I do really so one thing I will point out, this doesn't have a specific decade. Some parts feel '60s, some parts feel '70s, some parts feel '80s, right? Some parts feel '90s. So it's really cool that it doesn't have a specific decade feel to it. Very much like how Mouse Hunt doesn't have a specific decade feel to it. It has 30s aesthetic, but then it has 1980s aesthetic mixed over with 1990s aesthetic mixed to '70s aesthetic. So it's very interesting how you mix the aesthetics, and you can tell from the fashion, you can tell from the technology. So certain people in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory are using old school cameras, and then newer cameras at the time, but then old cameras at the time. So it's cool seeing that. Mike TV using one Joy-Con as an Activision, not an Activision, an Atari controller, right? Going just back and forth like this, but playing a new school video game as a first-person shooter. It's not a thing, but it's cool to mix the aesthetic. I never noticed that, but now that I'm old and I've seen hundreds of thousands of things, and I study these things, I noticed it. I got it. It's right there. Yeah, so I really love this movie. I love the cinematography. I love the art direction. I love the props. Oh, God, I would kill for a Wonka bar. A screen-used Wonka bar? Oh, a lot of them, fun fact, were made of wood and then just wrapped, because you could obviously just keep wooden things on a shelf and not have to worry about expirations and smells. The Chocolate River in the '70s movie, the Chocolate River in the 2005 movie smelled horrible, as everybody has always proclaimed. But it's food. This is what food is. Food goes bad. What else? So I watched this opening day 4 times. My best friend at the time, he and I were obsessed with Johnny Depp. We were obsessed with Tim Burton. We don't speak anymore, but I will never forget that day. We watched it like 9 something in the morning with my mom and my brother. So it was the four of us watched the first movie at like a nice movie theater. Then he and I went, then the best friend at the time and I went to the local movie theater, which is a mom and pop movie theater, which doesn't exist anymore. It's in refurbishment, but it's been in refurbishment for 5 years. So we'll see. Um, and we saw the next 3 consecutive showings there. We would watch the movie, go out, get popcorn, watch the movie, go out, get candy or something. Like, oh no, we specific, because there was a grocery store in the same shopping center, and we raided there for Wonka bars. So we got Wonka bars at the grocery store in between showings, I think, and ate the Wonka bars, snuck the candy into the movie theater as you as a kid does, and watched it a bunch more times. And the more you watch something, like the faster you rewatch something, the more it sticks in your mind. So we were actually singing the songs come the third or fourth time. And it's pretty entertaining because people who were watching it opening day for the first time are like, how do these kids know? Like when a mom actually turned around and she's like, did you watch this? And I was like, yep. It's one of my favorite movie viewings with someone. I have a few I have a few standout movie viewings with people. This is one of my top 3, bar none. I get chills every time I think, because it was just a fun, youth induced, pop culture filled day of candy and soda and popcorn and musicals of chocolate and Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. It was a grand old time. I wish that old friend nothing but the best. I hope they're doing very well. Thank you for that memory. It's still a great memory. I will always cherish that memory. And yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, '05 cult classic film. I gotta find a Wonka bar prop. If nobody knows where I can find a Wonka bar screen used prop, please tell me. Please. I need it. Thank you. Mucho mahalo.